Hi everybody, good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Lily. I'm so stoked that you're here and I'm so stoked to be doing this video. Let's get into it. So I woke up this morning in a mood, on my period, you know the vibes. I thought I really need some entertaining today. I really need some comfort, and my go-to is always something extremely trashy, whether it's a show, a movie, or a book. And that is why today we will be reading the Mindfck series. There's really no better day for it. I got ash all over my Kindle case. Something fast-paced. I've heard that this is like extremely addicting, so sounds perfect. We're gonna be starting with The Risk, which is the first in St. Abbey, 132 pages. So I think this will take me like an hour and a half to get through. Now I feel like I should note that while I'm not a prude, because girl, I'm a Scorpio, I don't love smutty books. I think it's just really cringy and not sexy most times. But what I do know of this story is that it is smutty, but it's also like a psychological thriller. We have a serial killer, I believe, dating like an undercover FBI agent. I don't think either of them know who they are, really. Enemies to lovers taken up a notch. All right, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to enjoy my morning, my coffee that my man made me, and read. Okay, off to a good start. If you don't give me your name, I'll just call you Beauty. Hot. So she's like, babe, I don't want you. And he's like, fine, fuck it. I don't need frostbite on my dick anyway. Sir, what do you mean by that? Okay, so she knows he's FBI by just the way he appears, apparently. She says the cheap suit suddenly makes sense along with the dark SUV. You're FBI. So I'm on chapter 11, page 89, and something I would really like to point out is the consistency of this book and the random underlying theme of Albert Einstein. The beginning of every single chapter, quote from, can you see that? Is a quote from Albert Einstein. Is that amazing? Is that amazingly unrelated to the story? Honestly, I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. This is exactly what I needed. And there's surprisingly a good amount of insightful commentary on like the justice system and how people, particularly like women and media, treats serial killers and just like different perpetrators and how it's kind of romanticized. And that's something I wasn't expecting. Smut isn't cringy, it's not super explicit, and it's not super often. All right, I'm officially on my second cup of coffee and officially ready to start the second book of this series. And you guys, I am enjoying myself maybe a little too much. The first book left off on a really good part, so I'm super excited to jump into number 2. A few notes about the first book. It's pretty cringy. I got to another like steamy scene. Our main character says a lot of cringy things like gah, like G-A-H, as like that's the sentence, that's it. She also says things like, you should have killed me deader, and things like that. Like, excited to see if in the second book Albert Einstein is still a thing. So far so good, but I am pleased to report that Einstein is not a prominent figure in this book, but another prominent figure in history stole his job. We are seeing Confucius quotes in the beginning of every chapter, which I love the idea of like a different philosopher or like scientist being the beginning of every chapter of this like gory and smutty book. It's brilliant. So finished reading number 2, Sidetracked, and it was really good. I want to know more about her backstory. I want to know about that damn town that they keep talking about. I'm really curious how this is all going to end for her because I feel like she's being a little bit risky. It's pretty cringy, but I'm thoroughly entertained, so I don't really care. What I'm most excited about is to see who is featured in number 3 of this series. Einstein, we've got Confucius, and in number 3, we've got William Shakespeare. Open up chapter 1 with him saying, "Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late." I could not have said it better myself, Will. Okay, so this book has 139 pages. It is currently 1:56, so I'm gonna try and get through this. You're probably wondering if I'm gonna get ready for the day. The answer is no. Loving where the story is going, and I'm also starting to really like the side characters, which makes the story more enjoyable overall because I feel like there were like a lot of names to keep track of in the first 2 books. Now I know them, now I like them. This is kind of cuckoo. Hello, I am back. It is nighttime. As you can see, I have showered. We last spoke at like 3 and it is currently 7:30. So I did finish the 3rd book, but I ended up taking a like 3-hour long nap, took a little reading break, and now I am so back. I'm ready to jump into book 4. This author and the end of her books, she like really keeps you hooked. I'm very excited to start again. It feels like just one more chapter, but it's literally one more book. Number 4, it's called All the Lies, and it has 141 pages. I should debrief about what's going on because a lot has gone down in the series. I'm fully enjoying my time. It's not like a literary masterpiece. It's kind of cringy, but it's very entertaining and very addictive as promised. So basically, Logan, our FBI daddy, does not know that she's a killer, and she's getting a little risky, right? Because she, for some reason, has like a lot of responsibility in his job, which is the literal FBI. So how she got pegged with responsibility is beyond me. She's doing things that I feel like she should get caught. Logan says he's like this like self-proclaimed badass and nothing gets past him, but he's like literally sleeping with the killer. So it's interesting. I'm really liking this dynamic. There's a lot of tension. But I also feel like I should note that this is an extremely heavy and extremely graphic series. There's a lot of things that are potentially triggering. So if you're thinking about reading these, I really recommend going and looking at the content warnings. But with that all being said, I am really enjoying myself. Just keep in mind, she does not hold back, right? She doesn't skim on any of the awful details. Also, another thing to note, I now know why she is using Einstein, Confucius, and Shakespeare. And in this book, she is using Voltaire, as in like Twilight. Isn't that what they're called? The Voltaire? You guys. Currently 12:56 a.m. and I finished all 5 of the Mindfck series. This series was absolutely ridiculous, but it was so entertaining. There were so many parts, especially in the 4th and 5th books, that I was cringing so bad. The ending was also so ridiculous, but it was honestly perfect for today. I am so tired. I'm coming to you live from the bathroom because I live in a studio and it's Mimi's time. But yeah, I feel accomplished. I read 5 books today, given they were like 100 to 150 pages each. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. I really appreciate it. Good night.